All right, welcome everybody to Start Strong. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Ball-Rogers, and I am a National Marketing Director in the team called Team Synergy, and we're really excited to have you. This is a call for new reps, and anyone's welcome to join us every week for a shot of inspiration, but this is where we start up brand new team members. So those of you who are kind of new and thinking like, what do I do when I get a team member? You just bring them here at 8 o'clock. It's live every week, and we're going to share all of the things that we feel will give a new representative a good start in our business. So just to start, welcome to Team Synergy, hashtag Sin Squad. That's kind of like our little hashtag that we have as a team. We're so excited that you've joined this movement. And honestly, it is the best time and era in our business, as now more than ever, people are ready to take their health and wealth to new heights. And social media has made this just so easy to do from home. So it's just like best timing. So congrats on starting an international wellness business. The perks: it was a $50 startup. We're in 26 countries worldwide and 26 countries worldwide, and we have been around for almost 50 years. The company takes care of everything. So you just punch a few things into your computer and then they ship the product, they invoice your clients, they pay your team members. They just literally do everything, which is so nice. If you have Wi-Fi and a smartphone, you can do this business. We also have a company that is committed to longevity, authenticity, and contribution, a supportive team, and a system that works if you do. And for me, when I found this business and started getting excited about it, we knew right away we needed to build a system. And ever since the system has been in place, it just starts duplicating in a really natural way. And once you start getting duplication, you're going to start having this thing called residual income coming into your pocket every month on the 10th. And so many of us have had jobs where we traded time for money, and that's the normal way of doing things. I was a teacher for years, and that was my hours for dollars. And I didn't really understand what residual income is, but basically it's, I joined this business back in 2012. So I am still getting paid on the work I did in 2012, as well as work that I've done ever since. So it builds up and continues to pay you whether you're working or not, which is a beautiful thing. So the tagline in our business is, if you're willing to put a lifetime worth of work, so work hard for 5 years, you can literally create a legacy that will give you a life you can only dream of. And that has been true for me. Somebody told me that from the front of the room, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can work hard for 5 years. I can totally do that. And ever since then, it's just been honestly everything they ever promised. So if you're willing to give us some hard work and follow the system, then you will see amazing results with your business. My story with the business is that I was very, very skeptical, just as skeptical as I was about the product. But after begrudgingly trying it, it made a huge difference for my son's tonsil infections, his behavior, and his attention span. So when I started realizing that it was making such a huge difference, I thought, I need to be sharing this with the people that I love. I felt guilty that they didn't know about it. So I had about 2 or 3 customers right away that wanted to try it. And I honestly had no interest in the business. Sandy told me, let's put these under you. And I was like, does that mean I'm going to be in the business? Like, I would never be good at this. I could never do this. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a teacher. And I had every objection that you probably had before joining the team. And honestly, she just kind of gently took those away from me by explaining some things to me. And I thought, oh my gosh, really, what do I have to lose? I might as well get a discount on my product. Then she brought me to an event where I could catch the vision. Thankfully, events like this happen online now, so you can just literally pop a new person in here and they can catch the vision every Monday at 8 o'clock. For me, it was a live event, and I got to listen to some speakers that are still mentors of mine to this day, who literally, this business gave them this amazing life where they got to travel around the world with their children. When they had grandbabies, they were able to be there for as long as they wanted with those kids, and just like time freedom, total time freedom. And yet the husband of the couple that was speaking still loved his business. He promoted fighters for a living. And he said, I still love doing that and I'll never stop doing that. But now I only take the fighters that I really feel passionate about promoting. And this business has given us all the income we could have ever wanted. It was just like a light bulb went on for me. Like, I love teaching. I always thought I would go back to teaching. And I thought, but wouldn't it be nice to be able to take the amount of teaching work that I wanted here or there? As it turns out, this business totally satiates my desire for teaching. I love communicating. I love educating people, and I can do it here. It's just like a bigger size classroom, really, with adult students instead of children's students. So, and yeah, I just came home and got excited about the business. I ended up, they always say life throws you curveballs when you least expect it. And that's definitely what happened for me. I went through divorce literally overnight, becoming a single mom. And this business was my safety net. I didn't want to go back to teaching right away because my kids were going through so much transition as it was. And I fell into this safety net of my Juice Plus business and worked it really hard. I thought, okay, I've got to make this work. So that means I'm going to have to really amp up my activity. And I just started being braver. And those that were interested, when I invited them to the calls, joined me, and those that weren't didn't. And we moved on. And through that, I was able to get to national marketing director within 12 months. And I'll tell you, that first year was a time of a lot of sadness for my kids. They didn't understand what happened to their family. And it was truly amazing that I was able to replace my teaching income with this business by getting to national marketing director. But most importantly, I was able to be there for my kids throughout that year when they needed me, when they were blaming themselves for divorce, when they didn't understand what was going on or where their dad was. It was me that got to pull them up into my lap and cuddle them and love them and tell them that it wasn't their fault. And all of the things that I no amount of money could ever repay. I mean, it's the experiences and the moments that this business has given me. Fast forwarding from there, I've just always been home with my kids. I never did have to go back to teaching. The income continued to grow. I'm a strong 6-figure income earner now. Sometimes I can't even believe how true the promise and the vision of this business is. Like on the 10th of the month when our paychecks go in, I'm like, wow, it's absolutely incredible. And what that abundance has done for our family is giving us experiences together. And just recently, my kids have gone through a big loss. Their biological dad passed away. And I'll tell you, being able to take 2 months off of my business and just be a mom to them during that time, oh my God, I can't even relay to you the importance of that. And you just never know when life is going to hit you sideways. And I believe that all men and women should have a plan B and a safety net for when they need to put family first, because I'll tell you, it's going to happen at some point or another. That's just life. And this business has given me time with my family and with my kids when they most deserved it and most needed it. And that's kind of my story in a nutshell. There's many layers of it. But for me, always, the most important is that I can be a parent first and a business owner second. So that being said, I am really excited to give you some tips and tricks tonight, give you some tools that are going to help you make your business grow for you. But first, I want to ask you a question right now. And it's important that you kind of think about this, because this will turn into your why, the reason that you do this business. So I'm going to ask you, what is your struggle in life? What is your struggle? Or what are you sick of? And as you think about that, I'll give you some examples just in case you aren't really 100% sure of where to go with that. But some people say, I work too far away from home, so I'm spending 2 to 3 hours in the car every day. I want to get a job closer to home, but it's going to be a lot less income. That would be an example, right? Wanting to spend more time with family and less time driving. Some people say, I want to work part-time. I want to be the mom volunteering in the classroom. I want more time with my kids. I want to be home after school. I want to be able to coach their sports teams. So working part-time would be the thing that would address the pain, because they're just too often away from their family. Some people would say, my husband works away and we barely ever see him, and we're so tired of that. There's many different things that can cause pain in your life. A lot of people will refer to debt. My family's in debt. That means we don't have choice. I really would love to be able to do some things as a family that would bring that spark back into our lives. I would like to go on a date with my husband. I mean, what is your pain? What is your struggle? What are you sick of? Because I promise you that this business opportunity can totally address that pain. Maybe not fully at first, but it can help you set a goal that's realistic for you, and we can help you eliminate or alleviate that discomfort in your life. So the 3 keys to success. So if you're new, you can feel free to take notes. But the 3 keys to success in our business are really simple. Number 1, you want to get really clear with your desire. So your desire is going to be the answer to the question I just asked you. What dollar amount is going to remove or alleviate that pain in your life? So for example, how much money is it going to take for you to work part-time rather than full-time? How much money would it take for your husband to quit fly in, fly out, and get a job closer to home? You know, how much money would it take for you to take your kids out of daycare and parent them instead of working? Like, get clear with your desire so we can make a map with you on how we're going to get you there. Okay. Number 2 is consistency. So honestly, it's like that old kind of metaphor of getting a big jet plane off the runway. And, you know, those things are heavy. And if you've ever taken off in a jet, it's like takes forever to build momentum. And as it's just ripping down the runway and still not getting off the ground, it would be really easy to quit. And then you'd have to stop, reverse all the way back to the beginning of the runway and do it again. So it's the exact same with our business. Like the moment when you think, oh my gosh, nothing's happening, and you're really feeling like quitting, just stay consistent. I promise you the action items, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, are going to work eventually. And that plane will take off the runway and just soar into the air. And it's just a magical when it starts happening, when you start seeing that momentum in your business. So do not stop. Stay consistent. Make it a daily part of your activity. They say right now, in order to make, you know, a decent size income out of this business, say something like $1,000 per month, what they say is that you should be working about 8 to 13 hours per week on your business. So that's about an hour a day on the low side, hour and a half a day on the high side. If you really want something out of this, you know, if you're staying at home and you're really like, no, I need to make some income so my husband can come home or whatever, you've got a big, big why, then I would recommend 20 hours a week. You know, yes, this is a part-time business, but it depends on what your why is. It's totally up to you. Stay consistent. Even if you've got smaller goals, then it's 30 minutes a day. Just keep it 30 minutes a day, every single day. It's easy when you stay consistent. Stopping and starting is really, really tough on a business, tough on your mindset, tough on your self-belief. So you really want to keep that consistency. Number 3, key to success. This is the third key to success, and the last one is be teachable. We have a wonderful system that really works. And I want to just encourage you that, you know, you can innovate and be creative with certain things, but follow the system because it works. You know, if we say have 3 launch events in your first 30 days, trust us when we say that is the best thing for you as a distributor. We've tried every imaginable combination over the years that we've been involved in the business, and we have found out and fine-tuned what works best for you to achieve the maximum results and success in your business. So be teachable, follow your upline's advice, and just let yourself go with the system. So those are the 3 keys to success. Getting clear with your desire, how much money you want per month. Being consistent with your business, so deciding how much time you would be willing to give per week, and then dividing that up in a consistent amount each day. And then number 3, be teachable. Follow the system. Okay? Now, the next part is painting the vision. And I just realized I didn't load this up, so hopefully it's really easy for me to find. Normally I get a break when Sandy's doing her part. Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry guys, I'll share my screen. So remember that the first part of the keys to success is getting clear with your desire. And this is going to really help you get clear. So you might have thought $1,000 per month would get you to where you want to get to in life. And if that's the case, we're going to want to work you into a 3 club. A 3 club means you have recruited 3 working team members. And these working team members are inviting to the calls, the TSE calls, where we share about the product and business, and they are then getting a customer base. So when you get these businesses qualified, which I'm not going to bog you down into the details of, you will then be a 3 club, and you'll be earning about $1,000 per month. Now, keeping in mind that if you think that, you know, you're going to go out and recruit 3 people, and the first 3 people are going to be workers, and they're going to be as excited as you are, and then you're going to earn $1,000 a month. Sadly, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. That was what I thought in the beginning. And then I realized, okay, not everybody is excited as I am. Not everybody wants to work the same way I do. But about 1 in 5 people get really excited about this business. So if I'm going to be honest with you, in order for you to find a 3 club, that means you've probably recruited 5 to every one of these. Okay. So 15 people you've asked to join your team. So yeah, this is going to take sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years, but the time's going to pass anyways, guys. And you're going to be building a solid, stable residual income. And I'm telling you, the amount of money you would have to have in an investment account in order for the interest to give you $1,000 per month is astronomical and way out of reach for young families. So for us as young parents, or even if you're looking at retirement, whatever age demographic you're in, to be able to generate $1,000 on investments, lots of us don't have $500,000 sitting around. I know I don't have that amount of cash sitting around to make that kind of interest, but I do know that I can invite people to the calls and over time find excited people, like I said, 1 in 5 that are going to do this business and build this residual income. So yes, you're going to have to recruit 15 people, but I'm telling you guys, the time's going to pass anyway. And over time, through hockey teams and schools and, all the other things that you're involved in, yoga classes and friends and people that you're meeting along going through life, you're going to find your excited people. The really cool thing is the next level I'm going to talk about is 8 Club. You don't have to even recruit anymore. If you worked hard to find your 3 excited people and 2 of those people go off and do their own 3 Club, that means you're going to be earning $1,500 to $2,000 per month now. And so you see what I mean, that it really is worth it to find these 3 solid workers, because then they're going to keep building their business and then you're going to keep seeing your income increase. Okay, so definitely worth your time to be inviting and continue to be recruiting. The next level, still working with the same front line 3 people, right? They all went out and got themselves a 3 Club. So each one of these team members of yours are now earning $1,000 a month. I'm telling you, some of the stories that happen when your team members make it to this level of income are enough to make you cry. Like, it's way more fun to see team members under you have life-changing amounts of money coming into their household than even it is to have it coming into your own. Like when you hear, oh my gosh, like this is saving my marriage, this money, and you hear, oh my gosh, like I was able to wake up with my daughter this morning rather than my husband having to bring her to daycare. Like stories like that, you guys, are the reason that this business opportunity is so exciting to share with people. So at 12 Club, you'll be earning $2,500 to $4,000 per month. Every business is different. That's why it's a range, depending how big your front line is. So that means, are you recruiting other people and also your own customer base? That will give you, the amount of money that you'll be making per month. And the last level that I'm going to talk to you about today is 24 Club. So in this example, you still have your great, awesome frontline 3 that you got from up here, and they're still working their own business because you did it the right way. You went out and got 15, and out of that, you found 3 gems, but you never stopped. You kept inviting. You invited another 5 more, and you found 1 more. And then they build a 3 Club, and you did 5 more, and you found another worker, and you did 5 more, and you found another worker. So yes, over time, inviting and signing up 30 people on your front line will give you these 6 excited working team members. And that's going to be $5,000 to $7,000 per month. The thing about Juice Plus Income, our product is a monthly consumable product, and people are taking it every single day. It's not like one and done sales where they buy it and they're never going to be a customer of yours again. So as a result, this income is really stable. And as a single mom, this income really meant food, groceries, diapers, and I needed it to be sure that it was coming in every month. And I'm happy to tell you that my income has been consistently building since I started. So is it worth it over the next 5 years to find 6 team members on your front line? Totally. Because remember, when you get out of your head and drop into your heart, you know that these 6 people on your front line are more than circles. They are human beings whose lives changed because you went out of your comfort zone and invited them to watch a call, and you followed up with them properly, and they decided to join your team, and they came to an event and they caught the vision, and their life has changed because they joined this team, this culture, this community, and were able to start bringing real money into their households. So I always say that, guys, drop out of your head with your own goals and feeling like, oh, this is icky. Like, can I actually have a goal of that? And drop into your heart and remember who you are going to help by having a goal. Because goals aren't about goals. They're never about the money or the house or the car. They're actually about who you will become in the process of achieving that goal. So the version of you right now, sitting on this call, you might not have the self-confidence yet to be a 12 club, but through the journey from 3 club all the way to 12 club, you will grow as a human. And so that's why goals are amazing, because you get better. You become a better parent, a better spouse, a better child of your parents. And so I just love this business. They say it's a personal development course cleverly disguised as a business. And honestly, it is, because you need to grow in order to reach these levels, which is really exciting. So that's the vision of what's possible. And so as you're getting clear with your desire, just pick one. Whether it's 3 club, set that goal. We'll make a map for you. We'll teach you how many people you need to invite and what you should be looking at in terms of building up that front line of yours. So with that, I am going to move on to the next section, and we are going to talk about launching your business. So what you're going to do after this call is you're going to have a startup meeting with your upline, the person that you do business with, your business partner. And in that startup meeting, they're going to help you pick 2 to 3 dates. So we have an awesome system, and your first 30 days, we recommend that you do 3 launch events. You can do all of them online if you want. It's going to be a private launch for you and your people. You'll share your little blurb about like why you ordered Juice Plus and why you're excited about the business. I know that seems a little nerve-wracking, but honestly, your people want to see you. They don't care what you're selling or what team you've just joined. They really don't. They care about you. So they want to know, why are you doing it? What is your why with it? And I encourage you to think about this, because I know a lot of people can relate. You guys might be on Facebook seeing all these people post about, order now, buy now, deal by Friday, putting in an order. And it's triggering, right? Like you kind of get tired of it. Do you know why you get tired of it? Because you don't understand why your friend is doing that business. They're not sharing their heart around what the business means to them. They're not sharing their vulnerability about what this business is doing for their family. And they're not sharing their experience with the product with you. So you don't care, because to you, all it looks like is they're selling. Does that make sense? But if they would then post about their experience with it and share their why with you, which we do on these calls, then you're like, oh, I love my friend Kaylee. Yes, this product helped her family so much. I totally want to get some thieves oil or whatever it is, right? Because you now know her why. So it's really important in these events that you share your why with people, and we will help you with that. We have a script on how to invite to these events. You can use it word for word. The script works. People love coming on to support you. All they have to do, it's a call just like this where they click on. You can even add some humor in there and say, for example, one of the girls on our team said, it's online, it's a Zoom call, and the best part is I won't even know if you're wearing pants. And all of her guests said yes, because they thought that was hilarious, and it was her style. So you can make it your own and tweak it, but we do have pre-written verbiage for you to invite people to your launch events. So again, you're going to have 2 to 3 launch events in your first 30 days. Through that, we are going to help you get to VF. So there are 2 different ways to invite. One is that you're going to ask your friends and family for a favor. Again, we have pre-written verbiage for that, and come and support you. And the other way is sometimes you just meet people where you're talking and asking questions, and you find out that they're struggling with debt, or they're struggling with a health issue, or they're struggling because they just became a single mom. And to those people, you're going to ask them directly, like, I don't know if you'd be open to this, but I have something that might help you. Would you be open enough to come and take a look? I'm having an event on Thursday at 9. And that's a more direct approach for somebody that you've already talked to enough that you know the pain in their life, whether that's a stranger or a friend. You might know a friend who's going through divorce, and you might say, like, I have no idea if this is for you or not. I know you're going through a lot right now, but would you be open enough to come take a look at it? And if it's not, then at least we know it's not. Right? And then be direct with that. Or you can, with other people, ask them for a favor to come and support you on that. Okay. And then after those launch events, you're going to find people that want to order the product. You're going to find people that want to join your team. And then that you're going to just follow the system with them. And they're going to come on this call next Monday at 8:00, and they'll get started up properly too. So I want to just describe to you really quickly what your first focus is with the business. Your goal with having those first three events, and that's why we say 3 in 30 days, is you want to get to the level called VF, and that is the level at which you are earning 14% commission. And basically what you need to do to get there is get 2,500 points. And these points can come from any variety of product orders. But just to give you an example, the 2,500 points, this is the quad capsules, right? The fruits, vegetables, berries, and omegas. It would be 8 customers ordering this that would get you to VF. Or if you've got customers just doing the trio, the fruits, vegetables, and berries capsules, then it would be 11 customers ordering the trio. And that's just an example, because some people will order the quad and some people will order a trio and some people will just order shakes. All of it has point values, and you're going to get a little image that you're going to save in your phone that tells you what the points are for everything. And as long as they add up to 2,500 points in 30 days, you get this promotion to VF, which is a really big deal, and you get a $300 bonus. And guess what? As you get team members, say for example, you find a new girl and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this business. I want to join your team. And she does this, she gets to VF. You as the upline and the sponsor also get $300. So every time you help somebody get to VF, you get another $300 bonus. I'm telling you, when I was a single mom and I didn't know how I was going to afford diapers, that is what I did. I would just go find a new person and be like, let's get you to VF. It's going to be so exciting and fun. And I would just help her the whole time. And then I would get another $300 that month, and that would save me. And so the bonus money is awesome. And there's a lot of it. Actually, on the way to the top of our company, there's $40,000 of bonus money that you can earn as you go, which is, I think, just an extra as you're building that solid paycheck. So that's your first goal, is VF. And now we're going to talk about the income producing activities. And these are the things that you're going to do that actually will build your business. Okay. Because sometimes we can get distracted by, like, organizing a pretty notebook or making a nice desk and, organizing the drawers and getting a great agenda. Like, I know I can get lost in those things because they're fun and easy, but they are not income producing activity. We call these IPAs for short. And here are the 5 IPAs of our business. Number 1, posting on social media. That's the first IPA. And again, please, please, please don't be afraid of social media, because people love you and they do love your experience with this product, just like they would love your experience with a great workout class. Like, they don't care if you're selling it and making money on it. They just care, tell me how you've experienced it. What has it done for you? Why are you excited about it? Just like if you were saying, you got to go check out that yoga place, the yoga classes there are great, nobody would actually do it. But if you took the time to be like, whoa, since I've been going to yoga, I've lost this much weight, I've gained this much flexibility, my joints don't hurt anymore, and I can't believe how supportive the instructors are there. They are so great with beginners that I just wish everybody would give it a try, because they are the most wonderful culture and community. You would probably get a few people that would go, right? So share your experience with the product and with the business. Don't be afraid of social media. As long as you're sharing your why and your reason for doing it, people are going to support you and love you through it. So, we've got some great albums in Team Synergy, the Facebook page. So Team Synergy on Facebook. If you click on albums, you'll see example Facebook posts for product. I believe there's some for business. We also have a social media manual that can teach you a little bit about how to be, play on words. And I always call it concentrated nutrition. I will never give away the name Juice Plus. I don't even like having bottles in a picture, because I just don't want them to Google it and try to find out on their own. I want them to ask questions of me, and I want to invite them to a call where they get to hear about the product and the business, because they might actually be interested in both. And wouldn't I be silly by only sharing the product with them? So again, sharing on social media, just share your heart around it. That's it. I would recommend 1 product post a week, 1 business post a week, and make sure you're posting every day about other stuff, whether it's life hacks, whether it's healthy living tips and tricks, it's your cute kids, it's hockey, whatever it is, post often, so that when you're sharing your product post, people aren't feeling like, is this all they ever post about, right? Like, you don't want to be that person. Share your life as well as your excitement about your product, and always bring it back to your experience. And here's my last tip and trick for posting. Just make sure that you don't try to blurb out everything you love about this product in one post. It's too long and you're wasting all your good material on one post. Pull out one thing. I would challenge you to sit down and write all the things you're excited about with this product. If you just started and you don't know, write down what you're excited about. I can't wait for more energy. I can't wait for better sleep. I can't wait for better mood. If you've been on it for a little while and you've just started as a rep, then write down everything you've already noticed. Oh my gosh, my skin, my hair, my nails, my kid's attention span, my kid's bowels. Write a list, and every week you can post about one of those things, right? Like, oh my gosh, I had no idea concentrated nutrition would help me from losing my mind at my kids. Like, that's funny and true and vulnerable. And people are going to relate and be like, what? It helps with your mood and you're not blowing your lid off to your kids anymore. Right. And then like, that's one thing. It helps me with my mood. And then I would maybe put like a selfie of me and my kids, because they love you guys. They don't love your product and they don't love your business. They love you. So if you bring it back to them seeing your face, they're gonna be like, oh, that's my friend Lindsay. I totally love Lindsay. You know, I support her and I love what she's experiencing. And so just bring it back to you guys. Always pictures of your family if possible with your experience. So that is income producing activity 1. Number 2, creating conversation. Conversation in person or online is an income producing activity. And basically just get good at asking questions. Ask questions. Like, I think so oftentimes, and I'm going to speak from my own experience, I love to communicate and talk. So at first, when I started this business, I just wanted to puke all over people and be like, bleh, research, bleh, inflammation, blah, like this business has been around 50 years and all this stuff. And it's like, people don't actually want to hear that, right? It's just so much. What I really learned is that if I ask them questions about what's going on in their world and why that matters and where their struggles are and how they're doing with keeping up at life, pretty soon I'm going to find a pain that I might have a solution to, whether that's the product or business. And you guys, when you're creating conversations, you don't need to always be thinking, when can I talk about Juice Plus? When can I talk about Juice Plus? Just genuinely ask them, like, what's going on? I love using this example. I was chatting with a girl who was staying at home with her kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, are you still home with your girls? That is so exciting. Not many families have figured out how to survive on one income. So kudos to you for really being home with your kids. And she messaged back immediately and she's like, you know what? It's really a top value of our family, but we've had to make so many sacrifices in order for us to do it. And there's been times that have been really, really tough. And then I was just like, oh, really? Like what? What's going on? You know, ask more questions. Of course, I wanted to dive down her throat about our business right then. But instead, I chose to ask her more questions. Okay, this is creating conversation. Well, like, what's up? Like, where do you guys struggle the most? And she's just like, oh, you know, like some months are so tight. The car tires all of a sudden have to be dealt with. And then we're behind and we don't know how we're going to afford activities. And I'm like, oh God, I totally get it. And then I relate to her. I love the feel, felt, found technique. I remember feeling the same way when I was a single mom. And then I found this Juice Plus business. I have no idea if it's for you or not, but it sure saved my life when we were tight with money. Would you be open enough to take a look at what I'm up to? And then just let her talk. Like, don't rush to her rescue. Let her answer that question. So that's what I would always say is like, question, and then feel, felt, found. I remember feeling the same way. I felt the same way. And then I found, right? Okay. Income producing activity number 3 is follow-up. Follow-up is where like the gold nuggets of our business is. Like, this is probably your highest paying activity of all activity in our business. And your job with follow-up is not to get a yes. So delete that from your head. Your job with follow-up is to get a straight answer, yes or no. So you must celebrate your no's. In fact, I would encourage you to text your upline every time you get a no and be like, I got a no. And it's like, your upline will be like, that is awesome. That means you followed this all the way to completion. Good job. Like, they'll reward you for it because that is just as successful as getting a yes. You can't control how many people are going to say yes to you, to this business, to this product, but you can control whether you get an answer out of them. And it's so much easier to just get an answer. For example, say you shared it with somebody at hockey practice and then they didn't look at the message and then it's all awkward and then you get to hockey practice and you don't even bother sitting by them because you so awkwardly don't know what to do. Should I even bring up Juice Plus? Oh my God, does she think all I care about is selling this product? And then you sit somewhere else. Like, it's so awkward if you don't follow up. So make sure that you get an answer out of them. And here's my just follow up in a quick nutshell. Send them the tool, whether they came on a live event or they watched the What is Juice Plus video, or maybe they watched a recording of one of our calls. That would be my preference personally. So they could see the product and business. And then you ask them, what did you like best? That's follow-up number 1. And if they don't answer you, which oftentimes they look at that when they're busy and they can't get back to you right away, then you just give it a couple days and then you say, hey, sorry to bug you, but I'm trying to be super professional with my business and my follow-up. LOL. So I'm just wondering if you'd had a chance to look at that video and what you like best. And then if it's still crickets at that point, I would message one more time, a third follow-up, and say, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to be a stalker or anything, but I am really excited about your feedback in particular, because you're such a blank, insert genuine compliment, something very genuine that you actually feel about them. I admire you as a parent. You feed your kids so healthy. You're very healthy yourself. You're very active. Whatever it is, give them a reason why you're looking forward to their feedback in particular. And that will usually be the one that pulls them out of their shell and says, oh my gosh, I haven't done this yet. I'm going to do it for you tonight, and I will give you feedback tomorrow. Okay, awesome. Then you can follow up with them again and say, did you get a chance to watch that yesterday? And then they'll give you their feedback. As soon as you get the feedback, your only job is to ask them this question. Would you ever try something like this? And you don't ask them specifically for the product or the business, just something like this. Would you ever try something like this? You can do that as a voice note. You can do that as a text. You can do it as a little selfie video with a Snapchat filter, whatever you want to do to make it personal to you. But that's going to make them answer you. And get a yes or a no. And if they say no, just be like, oh, thank you so much for your honest feedback. I totally appreciate your time. I know you're very busy. As a thank you, I'm going to add you to the Synergy Experience, which is a free page where we offer wellness and personal development and relationship tips and all kinds of good stuff just for helping me on my journey. We want to help you on yours. We also have verbiage for that, for inviting prospects to the TSE. If you want that, it's in a pinned post in this Team Synergy Facebook page as well. So that is income producing activity 3. Income producing activity 4 is attend live events. These online events are amazing, but nothing will replace the feeling of coming to a real event where you meet real people. And it's just like, we just had one in Red Deer, and they are like a family reunion that you really truly want to be at. Everybody's smiling and happy and loving. It's the most positive community ever. It's just like, oh, where has this community been all my life? It feels like home. And so you need to plug into that energy every once in a while. And if you get a new team member, gosh, get them to a live event as fast as you possibly can. We have one coming up in Edmonton in November, first weekend of November. And so come, plug into the community, get a taste of what we're all about. It honestly, people come and the first thing they say is, holy, you were right. This is a crazy, loving culture and community. I didn't believe you, but I feel it. So plug into the live events. We've got conference coming up in Tampa Bay in October, and then we're in Sacramento, California in April. So if Tampa Bay is coming up too quick on you, I highly recommend figuring out how you can get to Sacramento. It's the coolest old city that they've actually built up. And there's an old city under the existing city. And the coolest thing about that city is that it was built on female entrepreneurs. It was one of the only cities that actually allowed females to own businesses back in the day when women didn't have rights. So just stuff like that. Like, when would you ever go to Sacramento, right? But you get to go there for this awesome event, this conference, and then plug in. It's like university for your Juice Plus business. I always say, go educate yourself, because if you've never done network marketing before, can you expect to be good at it right away? And then number 5, income producing activity number 5 is customer care. We have a wonderful page that takes care of that now. It's called the TSE, the Synergy Experience, #TSE. And we take care of your customers so well in there. We're always doing lives about life stuff, as well as health stuff, as well as relationship stuff, as well as giving back projects. Right now, we've got a couple of projects volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House, cooking for the families that are there with sick kids. And you can bring your own children. Like, there's do good projects, there's feel good posts, and there's grow good posts, and that's our personal development angle. So that is our customer care, but we also have tips and tricks on how you can care for your customer independently to make sure that they're eating their product regularly. So that's it, guys. The IPAs, just in summary again, are posting, conversations, follow-up, attending live events, and customer care. Those are the 5 things that will produce business growth, that will produce higher paychecks. So here are your next steps. I've kind of gone over most of the stuff. I'm going to summarize it all here at the end. But the next steps that you need to do right now, I hope you've gotten excited, because it's not that complicated, right? Like, we will do it for you. We will literally help you with everything. It's just that we can't invite for you. So you have to do the action items, but we will support everything else. So book a startup meeting with your business partner. You can do these in person or over Zoom, but get that booked as soon as you get off this call. Text your business partner and say, when are we doing my startup meeting? Number 2, schedule the Momentum Monday Zooms into your phone. Every single Monday at 9 to 9:30, we have unique business trainings. Tonight is no different. We end this call about 8:45. We take a little break, come back at 9 o'clock, and we have business trainings every week, even if you're not new, things that can help you grow your business. Okay? So put that as a recurring reminder in your phone. If you've got goals with this business, it's the greatest place to plug in and get inspired on a Monday when you've just gone back to work and you've just come off of the weekend and you're feeling like, ugh, I want change in my life. Plug into us. We will help you get inspired. Number 3, check out the social media album on the Team Synergy Facebook page. Okay? You can also, in the files, you will find in a social media manual. So you can look in the files or you can click on the album or do both. But get familiar with how you're going to increase curiosity on Facebook, because that is really how we build our business. Number 4 is make sure you're on all the products. And what I mean when I talk about all the products, I would recommend the Trio capsules. It's very, very difficult to share a product that you haven't experienced. So if you haven't already got the Omegas, these are incredible. They've helped my son with his attention span and his focus in class. They've helped me with my hair, skin, and nails. They are a vegan, plant-based source of omegas, and I really do recommend them. If you're wanting to build a business, you've got to experience the products and order the shakes. I wasn't a shake person before I started this business, but I knew I had to have the products and experience them if I was ever going to be able to share it. And I now love the shakes, and they are such a big part of the shred, which is one of my passions as a distributor. I love sharing the shred with people because I think it changes people's lives. It's just so impactful and incredible. So number 5, the last tip that I'm going to give you is have fun, you guys. Don't get too serious and weird about your business. If you're getting like really down and out, that means you're not doing it right. Bottom line, like just have a good time. If you get stuck, reach out to somebody, share with them that you're feeling stuck, and just like have fun with it. Don't take yourselves too seriously. And then the last thing I want to do is show you a little, summary image. Okay, good. There it is. So this is how simple it is to build your business. You're new. You've already done a Start Strong Zoom Monday at 8 o'clock. That's what we just did. Now you're going to have a startup meeting with your business partner. You're going to then create some curiosity on Facebook with the social media help that we've got on our Facebook page, right? Check the files, check the albums, get familiar with what's working on Facebook. Then you're going to invite guests to your launch events, which don't worry, you'll do this in your startup meeting. You're going to pick 3 launch event dates. We're going to give you pre-written verbiage that works to invite to those launch events. And through that, people are going to come and check out the product and business. You're then going to follow up with them properly like I taught you on the call tonight. The no's, you're going to say, thank you so much. I'm going to invite you to the TSE. Again, we have verbiage for that. The yeses, congratulations. You have a new team member or a new customer, but in this case, we'll talk about the new team member, and they're going to do exactly what you just did. They're going to come to the Start Strong, and they're just going to do the wheel themselves. And eventually they will have new team members, and then they will do the wheel. And it is not overwhelming because there is a system for people to plug into. So your business can grow bigger than your time would actually allow for if you were doing a traditional job, trading time for money. You know, this is why we can create residual income, because we have this beautiful system where people are working on their own goals with this wheel while you're working on your life and your goals. So that is, in summary, what we do as a team. And I just want to close with this. Whether you do a little or a lot, you are a blessing to Team Synergy. And so very much appreciated. This business is simple, but not easy. It is work, but it is so worth it. So thank you guys, and I will see you on the Momentum Monday call at 9 o'clock in just under 15 minutes.